Hey there everybody, how's it going? My name is Samuel. Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy XIV. In today's video, I'd like to open up and preface that there's gonna be a new event happening. The new Moonfire Fair is coming this year. Beat the heat at the Isle of Endless Summer. What I would like to see is us going to some fun celebrations out in the water, out in the sun, over in Costa del Sol, or any other beautiful beaches of Eorzea or the East. Season event will last from Tuesday, August 8, 2017 at 1 AM to Saturday, August 26, 2017 at 7:59 AM Pacific time. This event is bound to be actually kind of fun, with swimming introduced into Stormblood and to Final Fantasy XIV. It's gonna add a little bit more for us to do throughout the summer, with swimming and maybe some party games and summer games. It looks like it's gonna be jolly old fun. We'll start the quest at the Limsa Upper Deck from the Isle of the Fair from Mayaru Moyaru. The Moonfire Fair is off to an explosive start, and Mayaru Moyaru is eager to tell everyone and anyone about the exciting new venue for this year's festivities. These eager for a reprieve from the adventurous life are encouraged to seek him out and learn how to partake in the celebration. Silly little events and fun that I love seeing over in Final Fantasy. That's actually one of the reasons why I love this game's seasonal events. They vary from year to year, they're different from year to year. I remember the Bomb King and Posing Rangers from last year. That was incredible. And this year it seems to be going into more like an ebb and flow, less exciting but still pretty good gear. Still pretty good stuff that you can get decent rewards. Some of the items you'll be able to collect are Evercold shaped ice, put on a table, share with friends. Moonfire Fair poster, think it's going to be exclusive for the year, which is nice, and the Hyper Rainbow Z Orchestra on a roll to add to our collection. Aside from that, we'll get the three pieces right here you see on the left. The chest, Fair Joy, the legs, Fair Kohakama, and the legs, Fair Zori. As you can see, there's some similarities with particular gear you might have seen in a Stormblood dungeon called Chisui of the Violent Tides. I think it's like Temple of the Violent Tides. You know, the second dungeon that you get in Stormblood, the underwater one. Now, apparently, this Moonfire Festival and some of the other events in Stormblood have sparked a slight controversy with some players, some requesting that gear gotta be unique and things that gotta be changing up, and there's too much reskinning, there's too much reusing of gear, recoloration of everything. This needs to change, this needs to disappear. We need a brand new gear for everything, brand new swimwear, brand new customization for all. And I'm not, please don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it in a mocking manner, I'm just summarizing what the post said. Granted, it started on Reddit, the post has been removed by the user or maybe the moderators or something. There's still replies you can check out, and I'll leave a link in the description below if it's still active. Hopefully it still is. You can check out some of the replies and kind of piece together what was being talked about. I can paraphrase what I remember, since it's been, you know, a day since I read it. I don't have the entire thing written down or memorized. But the idea was the user was unhappy with a lot of the reskins and reusability of the gear happening in Final Fantasy, though claiming that Stormblood was the one expansion that reskinned or reused different gear and reskins of current gear from Heavensward way too much compared to Heavensward. The claim was that Stormblood is reusing gear and Square needs to fix it, and this new swimwear is no, we need something better, we need something unique. Now, in comments below, right there, very below, one of the first few replies there from Jacques Be Quick, I think that's their name, Jacques Be Quick, has compiled, and they did the entire legwork for everybody else here, did an amazing job, thank you so much Jacques if you're watching the video, did a great work of compiling together a brief list of how Heavensward recycled some of the Arama Born gear for crafting and dungeons and stuff, and same thing for Stormblood. If you look at the list, it pretty much seems to be pretty equal with one another. Some gear may be dyeable, some gear may not be dyeable, some is just permanent forever. And it's actually kind of relating also to the gear that we get for this seasonal event. The seasonal event gear that you're seeing right here is what we are going to be getting from the Violent Tides dungeon in Stormblood. If you've ever done the underwater dungeon, you know, there's a giant bubble, you go underwater, and a bunch of sea creatures and everything, you might have done it. You might have done it. It has the same chest that the way you turn into an old lady for a seduction mechanic against a particular boss. Yeah, you probably remember it now. Oh, the old lady, yeah. Anyway, the gear that you get from there is very, very revealing, very extravagant, very revealingly sexy, I guess you would say. Yeah, sexy, very Eastern style, looks very beautiful, you know, I really like it. I love getting it for my tanks, I love getting it for my healers, and I would like to keep, you know, collecting more of it to see what it looks like. It looks really pretty, makes my character look really nice in it, looks very swimmingly, I don't know, I think it was really fitting. Nevertheless, the gear that you're seeing right there in a dungeon is the same gear you're going to be getting in Moonfire Fair. The only difference is, first of all, the Moonfire Fair gear is not going to be particularly like forced onto a particular job or role, so tanks won't be restricted to only tank gear or tank version of it, which is just black and red. Healers received a white and black. Melee DPS, I believe, received blue and black, blue and red, and the casters, I believe, might have received a purple and red. I think that was the variation for that gear. I'm not sure what range DPS really got. I never gotten that far really as my bard. I had really bad luck on a machinist and bard in that dungeon particularly. Nevertheless, this gear right here, the chest piece, the legs, and the feet, the fair gear that will be able to get, Fair Joy, Fair Kohakame, and Fair Zori. This gear will be as a reward for this Moonfire Festival event. Except, it's not role restricted, it's not job restricted, and it can be dyeable unlike the one from the Shisui Violent Tides dungeon. Now, I don't think that's actually a bad thing. I'm fine with Square reusing the gear that looks really nice and make it so that I can put it on and glamour onto any character and glamour it however I want to and change how it looks. I think it's perfectly fine for that they do that. I actually support that they do that. And while I understand the argument of wanting to see something more unique and new, I want Square to work hard and work smart. I like when Square takes relic gear for all the new level 70s that you level up and do the job quest for. Let's say, for example, my Dark Knight or my Bard or whatever, I get brand new job specific and job based looking gear that looks very much like a Bard with the bagpipes, the fancy hat and everything. Dark Knight looks very edgy, looks very edgelordy, looks cool, very broody. I like it. I like the amount of work they put into the specific gear and the weapons that come with them. I also like what Square does when they go into PvP outfits, or maybe some sort of a Garo event, or the new Season of 5 PvP sets they're going to be coming out with, and the raids and new sets, you know, the new gear that you get from the raids alone for your specific, you know, role. I like the amount of work they put into that and how they can vary it up and customize that a little bit as they go on. I like what they do with that. What I wouldn't want Square to do, unfortunately, however, is worry about gear that we're going to be replacing, right? I want them to worry and make the gear we're going to be wearing for the longest time towards endgame still look unique and still look special. However, I don't mind if they go and, let's say, for example, put in a bunch of leveling dungeons gear that was already used in Heavensward. For example, the code that I'm wearing for my machinist, still leveling my machinist by the way, for the code that I have for my machinist is the same code that I've gotten before a long time ago in Heavensward. I fell in love with it, I kept it, I glamoured it all the time, I did it purple, it was black and purple, I love the aesthetic, it matched the hair aesthetic of black and purple, and I love that gear. For some time, I found something different that I liked. I switched to different glamours, and eventually I found my near automatic glamour, and I completely forgot about piece of gear. I found it lying around in my retainer, I sold it for a couple of gil, it didn't matter to me, I just want to get rid of it to free up some space. Then I come around to Stormblood, go into Doma Castle, we finish the last boss, and look what we get here. Now, unlike some players that would say, oh, this is just a recoloration, Damiel, see what they're doing, they're just recoloring the gear and you're proving our point. Well, to be completely honest, I'm glad that I ran into this gear. I had something similar like that, then I tossed it out and I come back and hey, it has a little more accessories, it has better coloration. I like this style a lot more, and maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't, but honestly it's kind of nice running into gear that I liked before. I really enjoyed it, really wanted to, you know, keep it, thought it would be the glamour that I'll stay with forever. I committed to the glamour, then I tossed it out, something else came around, and I'm back again. Look at that, it went a full circle. I like that, I actually kind of like that. I can appreciate the fact that it was reused, so I can have some memories about it, be like, oh, I remember wearing this type of gear and that type of glamour, and have this sort of style, and whether I liked it, something about it, whether I didn't like something about it, and just in generally appreciate what was happening, you know, what I had, I guess you could say. Now, aside from nostalgia's sake, that's about it. That was just honestly just me saying I liked seeing this kind of stuff because it gave me nostalgia. Aside from that, I'd rather Square worked smart instead of working hard on everything. See, I like what Square does with endgame gear, like relic gear when you first enter level 70 and do your job quest, your final job quest to 70, you get your entire suit, bards look spiffy, have a hat, have a bagpipe, Dark Knights look really broody and edgy as always, warriors look really neat, have an entire blade hanging on the backs and everything, paladins still look really royal and just really exceptional, and so on and so forth. Every single job gets particular gear that is unique to them. And I can appreciate it, I can genuinely appreciate it, because Square's putting a lot more work on the endgame gear rather than the filler gear. See, this coat that I have right now for my machinist, I'm not gonna wear for long. I mean, once I reach level 70, I'm gonna wear my best range DPS, range physical DPS gear, my best bard gear except for the gun. That's it, I'm never gonna wear the coat again. I may save it for glamour, but that's it. I'm gonna be looking forward to the gear that Square releases towards endgame for sure. I'm looking forward to it right now. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I bet it's gonna look really awesome, really cool, really beautiful, really unique and really creative. But if it's just gonna be filler gear that we're gonna replace, I don't really mind them reusing stuff that we are gonna be, leaving away anyway. If it's stuff that we don't have to worry about at the moment, or we won't have to worry about it later down the line, I don't see why Square should go out of the way to create unique gear for things like Shisui or Violent Tides. I mean, even that Shisui or Violent Tides comes with unique gear of its own. It's never was before seen in Heavensward, at least I've never seen it before anywhere. And it looks really nice. And the fact that they're choosing that particular outfit and creating a gear for the Moonfire Fair without any kind of role restrictions, without the inability to die. I mean, you can dye this gear and you can just glamour it even on any piece of gear that you want. You can get it right there for free, easy accessible to new players and old players alike. I think it's actually good that what they're doing right here, honestly, personally, myself. Now, this is just me saying for myself, and I'm only talking for myself. There could be players that maybe don't agree with me, and it's understandable. Would it be nice if every single gear was really, really unique and really well crafted? Sure, that'd be a really nice, a really nice detail. That'd be really nice, or be really sweet of Square to do that. Would I want Square to go through the effort of it? Not if it impacts the endgame gear. No, not really. I'd rather them, give us something temporarily to wear throughout leveling, and then really work on endgame gear, the one we're gonna be wearing for longest, at the end. Make the endgame gear look the best. Make it look prettiest. Make it look more spiffy, unique, stand out. Aside from that, I mean, I just hope we all can enjoy some Moonfire Fair. It seems like actually a really fun fair. And to make a comment about the ebb and flow of the events, while this event may not seem too extravagant or too major, I mean, like I talked before, the 2015 event wasn't exactly extravagant. We gave us swimwear even though we couldn't swim, so we couldn't really utilize it, to be completely honest. We could wear it, but that's about it, we couldn't even swim. 2016, we have the Posing Rangers, which was really extravagant with emotes and stuff. 2017 gonna come around within the ebb, not as exciting, but still gonna give us some really neat, unique, and very, very unique event items and gear for the for the event. And 2018 will come around with something hard hitting, probably. We'll see though. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about recoloration and reusing of the gear. Moonfire Fair, are you looking forward to it? Are you not looking forward to it? I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we'll stream it. Maybe we'll do some summer games for it, some swimming games. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed. My name is Stamreal. Like, subscribe, and as always, have a good day. And I'll see you all, wonderful people, over the next video of Final Fantasy XIV. See ya!